Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about Superman Action Comics. Superman Action Comics, or rather Action Comics, is where Superman really got his start. I mean, this is Action Comics number 957. And Superman got his start all the way back in 1938's Action Comics number 1. Now, again, you can see this is also a second printing issue. But the reason I bought this one instead of the other one is because the other ones were out of stock, so I got this one. It's a cover by one of my favorite artists. It's Ivan Reis, or Ivan Rice. I don't know how you say it. It's a Brazilian name. Um, but I really like the detail this guy puts into his work. He has gotten a bit shitty off, he's gotten a bit lazy. Let me rather say that in the last few years. But I think it's because he's doing more commission work and he's more of an normal artist rather than a comic book artist these days. I mean, he does do art, but not that often. And he only does like 1, 2 issues and then he does something else. He's more of a cover artist these days. But I really like this cover. It really illustrates everything that's in the book, apart from Wonder Woman and Batman. But anyway. And this book is written by one of the old heavyweight writers, the old school Superman writer. The writer everyone talks about when they know about Superman. It's Dan Jurgens. Dan Jurgens wrote Superman for fucking years. And he was one of the writers who killed him and brought him back. So he's very important. And this is also one of those stories that really emphasizes that. It's drawn by Patrick Zurcher. He's also a very good artist, but he's very stiff now and then. But yeah, as you see here, the comic book starts basically with Jimmy Olsen and Maggie Sawyer of the Metropolis Special Crimes Unit. Jimmy Olsen just wants to get a story, and Maggie is just fucking saying, dude, these guys are fucking breaking into this genetic corporation. Please stand back, let us do our fucking job. And you just get these generic villains holding up this place. And you're wondering, okay, well, why is this important? And then these guys are just mumbling, oh, what are we here for? And then, I don't know, just get whatever. And then you see the symbol, obviously, and it's like, what the fuck? And then he burns their guns and just flies through them. And you obviously think it's Superman. And then you turn the page and it's fucking Lex Luthor. Now, the reason Lex Luthor has a fucking... it's basically a apocalyptic fucking technology from Apocalypse where Darkseid reigns. He got this suit in a Justice League, the New 52 Justice League run at the end. Jeff Johns wrote this story where the Apocalyptians basically built him this suit, and he created the symbol, obviously, to piss off Superman. But also now, after his death, he realizes that Superman was actually a good guy, and he's mostly doing it just to honor him in a way, in his own sick way, because Lex Luthor is not a very straightforward person like that. He always has some motive. But yeah, as you can see, it's very well drawn. I mean, this is fucking awesome in my opinion. Patrick Zurcher, he's great when he's on point. Get this. Then in the next page, you see basically Superman. The new Superman, and the old Superman from the old universe, with his wife Lois and his son John, moving into their new apartment, and John is being a little bit snide and saying, oh, why can't I use my powers to unpack, and we'll be like lickety split and I can fucking play video games. And he's like, well, just because you have powers doesn't mean you have to use them always, and it teaches you a bit of restraint when you use them. And then he sees something on the TV, because that's the first thing he fucking puts on. He fucking sets up when he unpacked, because he did it really quick. And it's like Lex Luthor preaching about how he's gonna be the new protector of Metropolis, and Superman just immediately just goes, fucking grabs a glass and fucking shaves his beard off, because that's the only way he can shave. Apparently, he can't use a razor because the razor will break. Just very fucking classic. I really like that they kept that. And yeah, and basically Lois is concerned because she doesn't want him to expose himself, because she's afraid of what might happen to John and to their family. And he's like, well, I have to keep my values, Lois. I have to make it look like the evil men can't just take this symbol and drag it through the mud. I have to show people that this symbol actually means something to me, and it means, the big man can always basically stand up for the little guy, and that's basically what he wants to do. And then you get this cool shot with him flying off. It's like a job for Superman, that classic line. I really like it. And then you get this like very weird pod thing that these criminals from this genetic corporation are like slinking off, where the other guys are just being a distraction. And while it's just being a distraction, fucking Luther's having his giant speech. He thinks he's won the day already. It's very fucking funny. He's just talking about, I'm gonna be the new inspiration for Metropolis. It's a more human take, and all that. And then Superman shows up and he's like, well, I'm the protector of fucking Metropolis. And he's like, impossible, you're dead. Who the fuck are you? I saw you. I knew your predecessor. He was dead. And then these guys are getting like all jittery because this thing behind that they picked up is getting like all shaky and it's moving, and they're like, what the hell? And Jimmy is like calling his boss Perry White and telling him, we need to get camera crews over here fast because this is getting fucking interesting. And they have this like little debate about, I'm not as evil as you think I am, and it's like, you can't be Superman because that Superman is dead. It's like, I am, but I'm not from this universe, but I know you, Luther. I know the type of person you are. And as that goes on, John is getting excited because he's like, are they gonna fight? And I thought that was really funny because it's like, he's just a little kid, really. I think he's like 11 or maybe even 10 at this stage, and he just wants to see his dad kick some bad guy's ass. And basically Luther is saying that his accusations are meritless because he doesn't know who he is. He knows that, he's obviously conceding that he knows a Luther, but he hasn't been in this universe long enough to really be able to judge him. So Superman's like, no, I know you, I know your type. You always use your power to, hide things from the people. And I don't know, and then basically you skip to Daily Planet, where Perry White is just saying, okay, well, we need to get this ready and this and this. And then he hears his voice saying, I'm on it, Perry. And then Perry's like, well, that almost sounded like, nah, it couldn't be. And that's basically all he says, and you don't know who the fucking person is that ran in there. And Luther's like, okay, well, fine. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you that I'm here to protect people. I want you to shake my hand and let's agree that maybe we can work this out together. And Superman's like, sure, as soon as you take off the fucking cape and take that S off your chest. And he's like, never. And Superman rushes in to like rip off the symbol, and he gets electrocuted. And he's just like, yeah, I knew it. You're the same old Luther. And he punches him. And obviously it's a fight, and like Luther's like trying to play the crowd, saying, get to safety, people. This imposter can't be trusted. And like Jimmy's like, oh shit. And then he hears this guy, what's the situation, Jimmy? And he also doesn't know who the fuck that guy is, because it's the same guy who was just at the Daily Planet. And as the fight goes on, they keep jousting about, I knew you were gonna do this, and I'm gonna stop you because you're gonna. And Luther's like, I'm gonna stop you because you're gonna get people hurt. And he's like, you're shooting fucking bullets anyway. And they keep fucking arguing like that. And fucking John is just saying, oh, that's fucking cool. And again, we go back to these fucking criminals trying to steal this fucking thing. And obviously it's getting dangerous for them to have that thing, and this battle between them just continues. I mean, this is a trope I don't like about superhero comics, is that, yes, Luther says he's a good guy now, but it's very Marvel. Marvel these days, they all have their superheroes always fighting each other. It's fucking annoying. But in this, it's done quite well because they have this, like, they have history. Superman and Luthor have history, so obviously they don't trust each other. But Luthor's trying to be a superhero now, and obviously Kal-El or Superman, he doesn't trust him. And then they keep fighting and keep punching each other. But yeah, this trope is very annoying to any long-time comic book reader. It's like, fucking really. And then, you get also again a shot of this hooded figure with Jimmy, and he's like, who the fuck are you? And you just keep seeing these fucking cool images of just fighting. I mean, I think this is the big thing. It's called action comics, and that's what you'd expect. Because a lot of the time, when a comic book, like in the New 52, when these comics were labeled as such, action comics and detective comics, they really weren't that at all. I mean, detective comics was really shit up until like issue 20. But anyway, then they keep fighting, and then I think it's just about here where they're gonna reveal who that hooded guy is, and then it's fucking Clark Kent. Now, the reason this is interesting is because, obviously Clark Kent is Superman and Kal-El, right? He is Superman, but this Clark, he doesn't know who the fuck. He's just saying he's Clark Kent. He doesn't know anything about him being Superman, Kal-El, or anything like that. He is Clark Kent. So like Jimmy's like, who? You should be up there. You are Superman, aren't you? And he's like saying, well, it's a long story. Listen, I'll explain later. And that's one of the big mysteries in this first book. In the entire Action Comics, first few runs, or first few arcs, or about this kind of thing, because he never explains that until like way later. But anyway, you get this guy. He's called Mr. Oz. He was in the DC Comics Rebirth issue, where he's kind of just in the background. He's orchestrating things, but you don't know what he does yet. Nobody does. And basically, finally, these criminals get fucking that thing that they were carrying just blows up, and they fucking die, obviously. And then the thing drops, and you see this, and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck were they carrying? And Luthor's like gonna get his ass kicked. And then you get Superman said, no, my God, it can't be. And obviously you get this cool shot, and it's fucking Doomsday. Now, in the previous issue, the previous book I reviewed with Superman, you obviously saw Doomsday, and he didn't look like this. This is his first appearance costume. He was basically like tied up into this like suit thing to basically keep him restrained and his power levels dampened down. But this is what he looked like. He looked like a fucking dopey green dude with fucking straps. And this is basically how the first issue ends, with this, and it's like, what? And then it's obviously to make you come back. It's how comics work. They get you into the stinger of things, and they basically show you these like fucking random ass cliffhangers, and you're like, what? But anyway, let's see, like here, Doomsday with his fucking green suit ripping off. That's basically what happens during the first fight with him and Doomsday, Superman and Doomsday. Is that they keep fighting, and Superman keeps punching more and more of that stuff off of him, and you obviously see his big reveal where he's like the spiky monster. But this is, I think this is, if you're a classic Superman fan, you'll love this. I mean, I like it because it's pure, simple, dumb fun, which I think is missing from a lot of comics these days, especially from Marvel. DC is coming back with this kind of shit because they actually care that their comics are just dumb fun anyway. They can be more. A lot of the comics are. If you're reading All-Star Batman, or if you're reading just Batman in general, it's usually a more thoughtful story. But Superman is coming back with the other Superman book I reviewed. Superman is actually coming back to be a more thoughtful series. It's actually being more detailed and all that kind of shit. I mean, this as well, later on, it becomes very intricate and weird. But I really like it. I really like the fact that DC is doing this again. They haven't been this way in like 5-6 years at least. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want. I like reading comments if you guys want to place some there. And thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.